I am Chris G. Ibul Bajaon, BAL3, Batch 1. This afternoon, I'm going to present the definition of the curriculum. Curriculum can define as curriculum as a list of subjects, curriculum as learning experience, curriculum as intended learning outcomes, curriculum as planned learning experience, curriculum as a discipline, and curriculum as context or subject matter. So first, you are going to discuss the definition of the curriculum as a list of subjects. This definition suggests that curriculum is the permanent or the traditional subjects offered in the school curriculum, just as mathematics, language, science, music, art, and others. The second one is the curriculum as learning experience. This includes students' curricular and co-curricular activities and the learning experience they encounter inside or outside the schools. It also includes the hidden curriculum, or those things learned by the students as a result of their experience in the school with their peers, schoolmates, teachers, student staff, or the values they learned from the school programs. The third one is curriculum as intended learning outcomes.
Good day, everyone. My name is Geraldine Andos, and my topic is all about the different types of curriculum. There are 9 types of curriculum. I will be reporting the 5 types, and the 4th types is to be reported by my companion, Mrs. Rosemary Almerol. Okay, the 5 types are, the first one is the ideal or recommended curriculum. So, ideal or recommended curriculum is the name given to the curriculum construed by the educational stakeholders at the national level. It is more general and usually consists of policy and guidelines. It actually reflects the impact of opinion shapers, such as policymaker or educationalists. So, for example of these are building of self-confidence, creating a fun-filled learning environment, learning the relaxation response, visualizing success, and using music and rhythm, using stories, poems, art, dramas, and dance. The second one is the written curriculum. So, written curriculum is the curriculum that is sanctioned and approved for classroom delivery. It represents society's needs and interests. So, it translates the broad goals of the recommended curriculum into specific learning outcomes. So, the third one is the implemented curriculum. So, implemented curriculum is the actual teaching and learning activities taking place in school through interaction between learners and teachers, as well as among learners. How the intended curriculum is translated into practice and actually delivered. Okay. The fourth one is the achieved curriculum or learned curriculum. So, achieved curriculum is refers to the learning outcome achieved by the students. So, learning outcomes are indicated by the results of the tests and changes in behavior, which can either be cognitive, affective, or psychomotor. So, learned curriculum is most important of us because without it, all of the previous curriculums would be pointless. The fifth one is the tested curriculum. Tested curriculum is consists of the portion of the curriculum over which a student is tested by a national norm reference test and teacher-made test. So, and the tested curriculum then becomes the measure of the school success. That's all, and to be continued by Mrs. Rosemary Almirol for the 4 types of curriculum.
Good day everyone, I'm Rosemary L. Almirol, PSC student BA 3 Batch 1. My report is the continuation of Geraldine's Andos report. about the different type of curriculum, which is entitlement curriculum, supported curriculum, null or censored curriculum, and last is hidden curriculum. Entitlement curriculum, it refers to what the people or the general society believe that learners should expect to learn in the educational system for them to become good members of society. Then, supported curriculum refers to the curriculum that is reflected on and shaped by the resources allocated to support or deliver the official curriculum. Then, null or censored curriculum, this refers to various curriculum, contents or topics that must not be taught to the students. Then, hidden curriculum, this refers to various skills, knowledge, and attitudes of the students learning in school as a result of their interactions with their students, with other students, staff, and faculty members.
Good day everyone, I'm Ana Lucarinior reporting the curriculum foundations. The curriculum development scholars like Taylor in 1949, Taba in 1962, Isner in 1985, Saylor, Alexander, and Lewis in 1981, Sowell in 1996, and Tanner in 2007 generally identified the three categories and sources for curriculum foundation. First is the psychology, studies of learners and learning theory. Second is the sociology and anthropology, studies of life. The third one is the philosophy, studies of the nature and value of knowledge. These curriculum resources or foundation influence curriculum developers in framing curriculum concepts and in developing curriculum. The psychology can provide information in 5 important areas. The first one is the educational objectives. The second is the student characteristics. The third one is the learning processes. The fourth one is the teaching methods. The fifth one is the evaluation procedure. This curriculum or foundations help the teacher to understand the patterns of human development and learning processes.
Good day everyone, my name is Chanan Sigat, BA3 Batch 1. Our topic is all about curriculum conception. So curriculum is an important element of education. Aims of education are reflected in the curriculum. In other words, the curriculum is determined by the aims of life and society. There are 6 curriculum conceptions. First is academic rationalist conception, considered as the oldest among the curriculum conception, as raises the importance of the different body of knowledge, known as discipline subject area, as the focus of curriculum. Second is cognitive processes conception, seeks of develop a repertoire of cognitive skills that are applicable to a wide range of intellectual problems. The subject matter are instrument of tools or developing these cognitive skills. There are lasting interlives in individual. The third is humanistic conception, stretches the ideas that curriculum or education is the instrument for developing the full potentials of individuals. It seeks to have individual discovered and develop the unique identity it should focus in the needs of individuals. To be continued by Lonnie Pahi.
Good day everyone, my name is Charlotte S. Aliestri, PED3 Batch 1. This time I'm going to report the elements of a curriculum. We have 4 elements of curriculum. First, curriculum intent. Second, content. Third, learning experiences. And fourth, evaluation. Curriculum intent is the term used by Brent 1993 to mean the direction that curriculum developers wish to take as a result of participating in the curriculum. It includes the aims, goals, and objectives found in any curriculum documents. Aims are broad statement of social or educational expectations. Aims include what is hoped to be achieved by the entire curriculum. Goals are more specific than aims. Goals are general statement of what concepts, skills, and values should be learned in the curriculum. And objectives are specific learning outcomes. Objective and include what is specific concepts, skills, and values should be learned by the students. Usually, objectives are used in making decision or planning about instruction. And content, it includes the different topic to be learned or covered in the curriculum. This topic is based on the curriculum intent. Content may include various concepts, skills that are important to learners to learn.
Everyone, my name is Eric Abing, student PSC, Philippines Advent College, BA3 Batch 1. This continuation is 3. Evaluation includes the parents, we, and tools used for evaluating whether or not the curriculum intends were realized. Evaluation tools are also used to evaluate the performance of the learners after they have undergone to curriculum. Next, learning experiences include all instructional strategies that are useful for the implementation of the curriculum. This we appear in the form of activities, strategies, method, or approach curriculum are useful in implementing the curriculum or the teaching the content. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Grace Marbolado and my assigned topic is the references of understanding curriculum. So, these are the references of understanding curriculum. First is the BUChamp JA 1982, Curriculum Theory, Meaning Development and Use, and Theory into Practice, number 21.1, pages 23 to 27. Next is the DAL RC 1992. Curriculum Improvement, Decision Making, and Process, 8th edition, Boston, Allen and Bacon. Next is near EW, 1985, The Educational Imagination and Design and Evaluation of School Programs, 3rd edition, Upper Saddle River, Prentice Hall. Next is Marsh C. 2004, Key Concepts for Understanding Curriculum, London, Routledge, Palmer. Next is the Olivia P. 2005, Developing the Curriculum, 6th edition, both Boston and Allen. Next is Ornstein A. and F. Hankins, 1993, Curriculum Foundations, Principles and Theory, 2nd edition, Boston, Allen and Bacon. Next is the Posnier G. 1985, Analyzing the Curriculum, 2nd edition, New York, McGraw-Hill, Incorporated. Next is the Brent M. 1993, Curriculum Development and Design, 2nd edition, New South Wales, Allen and Unwin. Next is the Tanner D. and L. Tanner 2007, Curriculum Development, Theory into Practice, 4th edition, Upper Saddle River, New Jersey, Prentice Hall. So, those are the references of understanding curriculum. That's all and thank you.